Okay, everyone, welcome to my Fallout 4 Let's Play for SimSettlements2. I decided to go ahead and throw this together after doing an initial run-through of the first season of SimSettlements2, and so I could pass on some tips and tricks I used and learned. So we're starting off using Start Me Up to bypass the standard quest line. We're starting as a random wasteland mechanic who took shelter at a red rocket. I took none of the special abilities off of that, and I did take 5 levels to begin with just to get started a bit faster. So keeping in that I want to do mostly settlement stuff, I've got my max intelligence. Intelligence is at 10. Get that XP boost. Also, I will be taking science to get the rank 1 mods and the access to the larger generators and all that kind of fun stuff. Charisma I took high enough that I can start with local leader. Perception for lock picking. Luck, I'm doing Scrounger because I am doing Commando. I won't be doing a lot of VATs, I think. I'm just going to be spraying and praying a lot. Strength, I took enough to get armor to upgrade my armor. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'll be skipping past a lot of the standard quest stuff. As part of Start Me Up, it assumes you're no longer the vault survivor. So it still has out of time, but it's just you want to explore the area. You've heard rumors of a vault. And then Church of the Valley is part of a add-on that I have. I will have a link in the notes a listing of my add-ons that I'm using. I've got revamps for the Minutemen and a couple other factions just to make them more interesting. Let's see, so it's got me started with equipment. So I got my red rocket jumpsuit, but I also have a lot of armor. Let's do that. Welding goggles look better. Of course, this probably means I'm running around in my skivvies. Also went with female this playthrough so that I could take advantage of the Lady Killer perk, since there's a lot more guy NPCs and whatnot to fight. Just checking. Yep, so upgrades in there. So let's see if we can't find some pants real quick. Hey puppy, you took shelter here as well?
Hey boy, what are you doing out here all by yourself? You want to come with me, pal? Okay then, let's stick together.
So I have taken the dog meat upgrade add-on, so he can accompany me in addition to a regular companion. So if you're not familiar with Sim Settlements, it has this movement and flight capability anytime you're in build mode. Helps you get around a bit easier. We're going to go into it a lot more in depth once I have all of the necessities. For now, I'm just going to grab all my loot here. So the red rocket I'm going to turn into my primary encampment. So we're going to want every little thing we can. There we go. Okay. apparently I slept here with mole rats waiting to pounce in the morning. I've always liked this Red Rocket Station. I actually have the Red Rocket Station that is based off of this for the miniatures game. It was a lot of fun to put together and paint. It is card mostly for the building, but the rocket and the pumps itself required some painting since those were resin. And then I do have a 3D printable version as well. Alright, so what we're going to do, we've got rumor of a vault, so we have to search for it. And it is showing up on our map. So we're just going to wander that way. For now, Sanctuary is just going to be a primary source of materials for me. Always check up here. This bag tends to have a lot of supplies in it. It's this guy's drifter outfit for now until I find some underclothes. So, oh, okay. The improvements I've gotten with some of my add-ons means I can wear both. Interesting. That actually looks pretty cool. Like the metal's kind of worked into that outfit now. So to start the Sim-Settlements2 quest line, no matter where you go, the first thing is if you come over here you'll find this Robco Backyard Robotics at the Sanctuary Hills workbench.
Bingo.
And this is how you can build a recruitment radio beacon. Otherwise it's not available, and it also gives you the materials to do so. So we're going to go ahead and get started with that. We'll worry about the vault here in a bit. But since our focus is going to be on Sim Settlements, I want to get that started. For those that are familiar with the original Sim Settlements, this is tutorial. This first season is kind of what we're calling it. The quest line is only complete up to a certain point, but by the time you finish that point, you can actually construct all of the necessary plots. So, for instance, under Sim Settlements right now, we've got furniture, resources, foundations, but no plots themselves. So anyone familiar with the original Sim Settlements will know that this is where you go to build plots. And rather than describe the plots and what they actually are myself, we're going to go ahead and one cool thing with some settlements, since you can kind of fly around, you can easily get up here. And we're just going to go ahead and build this. Let's put it out here. And obviously we need power. You'll notice those bars on the left. That's how you can tell how good your settlement is doing. Basically, people will require a certain amount of it. For now, we'll just go with the generic one. So we can hook that up. we have someone already coming into our settlement.
Hey! Hello there! If I'm not mistaken, you're the gal I've been looking for.
Can I help you?
I heard your radio broadcast. It sounded as if you were starting some kind of settlement. Is that about the right of it?
That's right.
Well, in that case, I've got something you might be interested in. Here, catch.
So this is cool. They've redesigned the ASAM sensors. They're these little disc things now that are pretty nifty. So I think it's an improvement over the old style.
It's called an ASAM sensor. If you're going to be building settlements, these things are what you'll want to use.
Yeah? Why is that?
I think a demonstration is in order. Place that ASAM down on the ground somewhere. Go ahead. Any old spot will do.
So it wants us to go ahead and start by building a residential plot. So as far as I'm concerned, I want my residential plots kind of over on this side. So now if we go back to the Sim Settlements menu, we suddenly have residential plots available. Now, when building these, either I find laying a foundation or using the built-in foundation. The built-in one is okay, but I kind of like using the wood ones here. And it looks like we're a little short on wood, so we're going to go ahead and clean up the area a bit. Take care of these trees until we can actually get this built. And I want to make sure I leave enough space behind this that I can get any kind of walls I want to do later. So I'll go ahead and put this here as our first location. Now, one other new thing with the newer version of Sim Settlements, you see this little arrow here, so that's where people will technically enter the plot. And I think I want it to be facing this way. And let's go ahead and clear the trees around it. Because I also want to put in a staircase, but only a small one. Yep, right there. Alright.
Congratulations! You've made the smart move of choosing Rocker brand ASAM sensors for your city planning needs. Unlike other less reliable multi-purpose sensors, Rocker brand ASAM sensors offer the level of versatility and connectability that you deserve. Rocker brand ASAM sensors, America's #1 sensor solution.
Nicely done. Don't mind the ASAM. It's just scanning the area for materials.
I think the ASAM Robco voice and the little scan you get here is amusing. It only does it during this little tutorial. It doesn't do it every time you lay down a plot.
Now for this next part, I'm gonna pretend to be a settler who's come to work for you. So just play along, alright? Boy, I sure am glad I found this settlement to live in. But oh no, there are no homes available. And I don't know how to build one myself. I guess I'll just have to rely on whoever runs this place to build a home for me.
So it's kind of making fun of the vanilla Fallout experience where settlers couldn't do anything for themselves. So you have to build them their bed, you have to build them everything. Sim Settlements kind of replaces that with a more SimCity-like experience.
Don't sell yourself short.
You're right. If only I had a little guidance, I could probably build something myself. But wait, what is this? Why, it's an ASAM! Just the thing I need!
What do you need it for?
That is a great question. You see, with an ASAM, there's no barrier for entry when it comes to building something. All I'd need to do is follow the step-by-step instructions provided by the ASAM. Here, let me show you. Once you've placed down a sensor, your role in the construction is pretty much done.
So this is what happens anytime you put down a plot, is it will self-build. There's plans that SimSettlements has built into it that are randomized to the plot type that you lay down. So there's various different houses. They won't all be the same, and plus they can upgrade over time and get bigger and have more, you know, of a character to them. So it's great for someone who enjoys the build. You know, if you enjoy the settlement building of Fallout without having to go into the minutia of it. Now, I'm still going to have to lay down walls, and if I want to access and put anything on top of the red rocket, which a lot of people do, I'll need to build the staircase and stuff like that, obviously. But this means I can just tell them, build this here, build that there.
A man's home is his castle, and no one understands that better than Robco. Our ASAM sensor technology offers citizens unrivaled freedom of DIY home design. Built using locally sourced materials and designed via our patented dynamic easy-build roofing software. With Robco brand ASAM sensors, everyone can have a roof over their head. After all, a warm and dry citizen is a productive citizen.
And there you have it. A fully built home. Ready for habitation by some lucky wastelander. And you barely had to lift a finger. Not too shabby, huh? So now that you've seen what they can do, what do you think? Are ASAM sensors something you might be interested in?
What's the catch?
Ah, saw that coming, did you? You're right, there is a catch. Unfortunately, right now I only have the one sensor on me. However, I can provide you with more. And once you have more, I can show you even more stuff you could build with them. Homes are just the start. But first, I'm gonna have to ask for a little task done in return.
I assume this is a paying job.
Depends on what you consider payment. Once the job's done, I'll provide you with a whole bunch of dams. Those alone are worth their weight in caps. On top of that, I'll also teach you how to build even more sensors, like farms or even places for people to work. Trust me, this is a good deal I'm offering, and all I need is a little job done in return.
Of course. Just tell me what you need help with.
Alright, here it is. I got me a workshop in a town called Concord. Nice enough place, fairly quiet. Or at least it was. But just recently, I returned from a trade run to find the entire town overrun by raiders. And now I can't get near my workshop. A small group I could deal with, but there's too many for me to take on alone. So I'm gonna need someone to help take them out. So there it is. That's the job. You help me get rid of these raiders, I'll give you more ASAMs. And show you how to build even more stuff with them.
Don't worry. I'll help you deal with these raiders.
You will? Oh, that's great. Okay then. Let's head to Concord and show those raiders who's boss. Lead on.
So, instead of heading directly to Concord now, I'm going to go ahead and catch the main part of the quest line up to that. So I will pause the recording here, and we'll pick back up as we storm the raiders in Concord after I go through the vault and talk to an rather snooty sounding Mr. Handy. Alright, we have arrived in Concord, despite my little detour through a vault and talking to Codsworth. So let us see about clearing these raiders out for our new friend.
help in there. We still need to clear out all the raiders. And by the sounds of it, there's still some inside that museum. I'll stay out here and keep guard. You should head inside and help those people.
So, integrating into the regular quest nicely, he just wants us to go and help them and clear out the rest of the raiders. I'm just running around here to check this corpse of a Minuteman. Normally they have some cool stuff on them. So, loot them. And we will now clear our favorite place. Let's see. Gloves and outfit. Alright, time to go say hi to everyone's least favorite Minuteman.
Man, I don't know who you are, but your timing's impeccable. Preston Garvey, Commonwealth Minuteman.
Minutemen? So now I'm traveling backward in time.
Protect the people at a minute's notice. That was the idea. So I joined up, wanted to make a difference. And I did, but nope, things fell apart. Now it looks like I'm the last Minuteman left standing.
Who are these people?
Just folks looking for a fresh start. I've been with them since Quincy. Lexington looked good, but the ghouls drove us out of there. A month, there were 20 of us. Yesterday, there were 8. Now we're 5. It's just me, the Longs, Marcy and June. That's old Mama Murphy on the couch. And this here is Sturgis.
Hey.
It's a cruel world.
You think I don't know that? The things I've seen.
Nope.
The things I've done. Anyway, we figured Concord would be a safe place to settle. Those raiders proved us wrong.
Damn it.
But, well, we do have one idea.
Better be a good one.
Sturgis, tell her.
There's a crashed vertibird up on the roof. Old school. Pre-war. You might have seen it. Well, looks like one of its passengers left behind a seriously sweet goodie. We're talking a full suit of cherry T-45 power armor. Military issue.
I like it.
Yeah, I thought you might. Protection with an added bonus. Get the suit, you can rip the minigun right off the vertibird. Do that, and those raiders get an express ticket to hell. You dig?
Minigun. Now we're talking.
I know, right? Only there's one hitch. The suit's out of juice. Probably been dry for 100 years. It can be powered up again, but we're a bit stuck.
The answer's no. I'm out.
Just like that, huh? You come this far, then condemn these poor...
Minuteman. Jesus.
Dog meat sure did find us some help. Just look at ya.
So he's your dog?
Aw, he ain't my dog. No, sir. Dog meat, he's what you call his own man. You can't own a free spirit like that. But he chooses his friends and sticks with them. He'll stay by you now. I saw it.
Great. You're completely nuts.
From where you're standing, I would seem crazy. My gift is pretty nuts, that's for sure. But it's the chems, kid. They give me the sight.
Oh boy. That's it. I'm out of here.
All right. I sometimes forget that folks ain't used to weird things like the sight. You go on.
These are our lives you're playing with.
Crazy people in here. So, one of the things mods I installed in addition is power armor overhaul. Because finding so many suits just laying about is just kind of annoying. So it makes power armor a lot more rare and frames themselves extremely so. So unlike vanilla Fallout, this is not going to be a full suit of Cherry T45 armor, as Sturgis seems to think.
All of this. So in this case, we only get the chest. Here comes old Deathpaw. So let's see how he's doing playing with the raiders. Uh-oh. There we go. I got too close. Damn, man. Didn't have to shoot his head off like that. Clear up my loot. I'll be back to talk to you just as soon as I... Uh-oh. Alright, let's report back to Preston.
Easy, mama. You okay?
I'm fine, Preston. Quit fussing.
That was a pretty amazing display. I'm just glad you were on our side.
I'm on my own side, Garvey.
That's a shame. You can never have too many friends in the common. Listen, when we first met, you asked about the Minutemen. One thing you should know about us, we help out our friends. So here, for everything you've done, thank you.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Well, since you say that, maybe you'll come to Sanctuary with us. We could use your help getting settled there.
What would I need to do?
You'd need to stay strong like you've been. 'Cause there's more to your destiny. I've seen it. And I know your pain.
My destiny? What do you mean?
You're a woman out of time, out of hope. But all is not lost. I can feel your destiny.
Bullshit. You're trying to play me for a fool.
And even I don't need the sight to tell you where you should start looking.
So they
Great
did
green
remove
jewels of
references
Commonwealth.
to your
Diamond
son.
City, the biggest settlement around.
What's Diamond City have to offer?
Look, kid, I'm tired now. Maybe you'll bring me some chems later. The site will paint a clearer picture.
No, Mama Murphy, we talked about this. That junk. It's gonna kill you.
But shush, Preston, we're all gonna die eventually. We're gonna need the site. And our new friend here, she's gonna need it too. Now let's get going. Sanctuary awaits.
All right, folks. Thanks to our friend here, it's safe to move out. We're heading for that place Mama Murphy knows about.
Alright, so they're gonna head to Sanctuary.
She knows about it? You mean she had one of her visions?
Marcy's
when
gonna
she
be a
was stoned
bitch
out
like
of her gold?
always.
And now you want us to just head
So
out
let's
on
go
our
talk to our
wild
new
goose
friend.
chase?
So this is continuing the Sim Settlements quest now. And they've done a good job of interposing it with the main quest.
That was... I mean, you just took down a death claw. Color me impressed. All the sound from our firefight must have lured the blast thing out. And where'd you get that power armor from? You know what? Never mind. Those folks who just passed, they were the ones trapped inside the museum, I assume. You get them all out safe and sound?
Everything's taken care of.
Well, all right. Nice to see a happy ending. You did good. You know that, right?
Any payment for this?
All right. You held up your side of the bargain. The raiders have been dealt with. Now it's my turn to deliver. If you'd just like to follow me, we'll get you your ASAMs. Welcome to my workshop. Or at least what's left the raiders didn't smash.
You own this place?
I suppose I do. I mean, there was no one else here. And it was a good place to set up shop. Well, it was a good place until the raiders showed up. I'll never understand their need to smash and knock stuff over.
Nice place you got here.
Despite the mess they made, it doesn't look like they took anything important. Most of my equipment is still here, including your reward. Here, one whole box of ASAMs to do with as you see fit. You earned them. Here's a little extra for helping those folks inside the museum. Good deeds like that deserve to be rewarded.
Nice.
What are you doing here?
Well, before the raiders showed up, I was doing research on the ASAMs. Despite me being the closest thing in the Commonwealth to an expert, there's still a lot I don't know about them.
Happy to help.
That's not all. If you remember, I also promised to show you more things you could build with ASAM sensors. I'll meet you back at your settlement. Don't keep me waiting long now.
All right.
Hey,
Yo, dog meat.
over here.
Get back here. Now, the cool thing is the settlement can change depending on which ones you have access to. So it's sending me to the Red Rocket right now, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's the only one. So we're going to go ahead and drop a couple things so we can make our way over there. Or one thing. Whole lot of dead, naked corpses. I have a weather improvement mod that's the perfect storms. So it has these really cool storm effects that come in. Best stay the hell away from my place. Ain't no salvage in here for you lot. Dog, get back over here. Alright. Just take this. Drop off our junk. Dump the rest of this stuff real quick. Divest myself of this here armor. Let's go ahead and turn this off for now. Thought I had. Apparently not. I'll have to make that thing.
Alright, time to show you what else ASAMs can do. Now, generally speaking, people need a roof over their head, food in their bellies, and a place to be working. We already built a place someone could live. So if you're ready, let's move on to those other two things.
What are you planning on building?
I'm going to show you the two other things your ASAMs can build. Farms, where folks can grow their own food, and places where people can work.
Those are my only choices?
You want more things to build? Huh. Well, right now, ASAMs can only build homes, farms, and places to work. For most people, that's been enough. But if you're wanting more, maybe we can talk about that later. For now, let me show you what your ASAMs can currently do.
Okay. Show me.
All right. Place down a sensor again. But this time, we'll use one configured for food production.
Alright, so he's basically describing the requirements of how to keep your settlements happy. Alright, so we're gonna make this real quick. And where did it go? There we are.
Put it down where
There we go. So what he's saying is, you know, you need to have a residential and then something else for them to do. So obviously we're going to need some food. So first thing we're going to do is lay down a food plot.
Go ahead. Just put it down wherever you like.
And I recommend always using the agricultural plot with the base, and then just sinking it down as far as you can. And what that's going to do is kind of fill in the edges. Otherwise you run the risk of it kind of
Just put it down wherever you like.
hovering. So sometimes you have to kind of kick him a little bit to go.
I'd like to trade some items.
Oh, no, there we go. It's moving on. It can be a little slow depending on your system and setup. You can see, as I said, the edges have rounded off nicely.
Okay. I'm gonna take on the role of a settler again. Don't worry, I won't subject you to my bad theatrics this time. I just want to show you how easy this is. Now, I can't say I've got much of a green thumb, but thanks to the ASAM, that don't really It'll tell your settlers where to dig, what to plant, when to harvest. Takes out all the guesswork. No fuss, no muss. Well, maybe a little bit of muss. I mean, I am getting covered in dirt. But how's that different to any other day in the Commonwealth? Okay, almost done.
Yes! Gone are the days of citizens complaining over those ever-increasing grocery store prices. Thanks to Rocker brand ASAM sensors. Never has it been easier for citizens to grow their own mouth-watering produce. It's so simple, even the wife and kids will want to get their hands dirty. For the finest in homegrown food, look to Rocker brand ASAM sensors.
I love the little Robco jingle.
And there we have it. A fine plot of land ready for cultivation. This from the guy who once underwatered a cactus.
Nothing is ever that easy.
Well, you're not wrong. People will still have to put the work in. But ASAMs allow you to delegate that work instead of doing everything yourself. All right, we've built a home, a farm. Next thing is a place to work. You know, somewhere folks can perform a little industry. Gather scrap or do a bit of scavenging, that kind of thing. Go ahead. Put down an ASAM that's programmed for that.
Alright, so I think for our first industrial plot, I'm gonna go ahead and set something up back here. Let's see, how does this fit? Pretty well. So basically the industrial plot is going to gather junk and provide our storage for what we're going to build. If you look over on the right here, you can see those are the resources that it basically grants us access to. And it needs those resources in order to self-improve. So everything's like tier 0 or tier 1, and by gathering stuff into these resource columns, they can use that to then improve themselves once conditions are met. So we're just going to leave him alone to start his construction. Let's go take a look at that house that got built earlier. I'm already going to want to replace this, see? That's floating, so I'll have to fix that.
Okay, time for some industrial action. I'm on it.
So you can see, builds a perfectly good house.
Looks like the sensors pre-selected a spot.
None of this is interactive though,
That'll be useful.
but it looks cool. While he's doing that, let's slap down another
Any
residential.
old fool can gather a pile of junk. If you want settlements to grow, you need folks to gather useful building materials.
Since this is floating too much,
Wood,
and this is
steel,
why I kind of
even
like
a
to
little
use those
asbestos to help
bases.
keep warm.
We'll let him finish his spiel and I'll replace it.
Gathering even more useful stuff. Last screw now. Righty-tighty. And we're done.
Times are tough. There's no bones about it. Even useful people are starting to feel the pinch. But you can rely on Rocco to provide fulfilling employment alternatives. With just one handy-dandy Rocco brand ASAM sensor, citizens need never fear unemployment again. Able to legally gather and store useful materials, your citizens will wonder how they ever did without a Rocco industrial unit. Just one more in the long line of technological marvels brought to you by Rocco brand ASAM sensors.
Well, there we are. All basic necessities covered. Although folks won't be happy with the bare essentials forever. Eventually they will want more. So best keep in mind. Now it's up to you what type of ASAMs you put down. But do try and keep in mind what folks in your settlements will be needing.
Excuse me, hello. Don't shoot now. I don't mean no harm. Hope you don't mind the intrusion. I couldn't help but notice all the commotion. What are you two youngins up to here? That is, if you don't mind me asking. Fixing up these buildings, are you?
Yeah. Something like that.
Actually, we just finished building these. Foundations, walls, everything.
Is that so? Built them by yourself, did you? Well, you two looking to settle down here, or...?
This settlement belongs to my friend here, not me. I was just demonstrating some construction techniques using this ASAM sensor.
Construction techniques? Using that gadget there? Sounds like Brahmin dung to me. Are you telling me you made all this using that gizmo?
That's right. We're rebuilding.
You say that as if building stuff is easy.
Hey, here's a suggestion. Why not offer the old-timer residents here? Let them experience the benefits of sensors firsthand. That is, if you'd be interested in staying here.
Sure,
I'll
just
admit,
volunteer my
seeing you
place.
two build with those doodads did pique my curiosity. And it might be nice to settle down somewhere for a while. It is getting dangerous out there, especially for a scav past his prime. But, would an old man like me really be welcome here?
I'd welcome
Sure.
the help.
Okay then, you got yourself a deal. Old Paul is at your service. Now, if you'd excuse me a second, I want to check out this here sensor doohickey.
How about that? Your ASAMs have already attracted their first resident. With that, I'd say our exchange of services is complete. Enjoy your ASAMs. I'm sure you'll put them to good use. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta get back to the hardware store. Got a lot of important work to be getting on with.
What kind of work?
I've got some family matters I need to take care of. And personal stuff. I'm sure you understand.
It was good working with you.
Yeah, you too. I should get going. Oh, and good luck with your settlement.
Hey, where's that ASAM fella going? I wanted to ask him a few questions.
What's on your mind?
Maybe you're the person to ask him. You're the head honcho around this place, right? Well, I've got a repeat. You see, I noticed that there's a whole bunch of new people around here, so I'm thinking it might be best to put down a few more of these here sensor thingamabobs. You know, to make sure everybody's got a home, a place to work, and not to mention enough food.
That's a good idea.
Well, I've been known to have a decent idea now and again. These ASAM things seem very impressive, but we can only make use of them if you place them down for us.
Alright, so... let's see here. So we currently have 5 people at this settlement, which means we need 5 houses. So what I'm gonna do is I want to move that one, move the truck out further, put up one of our foundations. I'm short on wood again. Scrap these pallets and these trees. There we go. And that thing. Kind of clear this all up. And get ourselves our... and stick our... again, I prefer the half to the full-size one. I just think it looks better. And now let's... gotta be careful. You can actually accidentally pick up that instead of picking up the plot itself, which I think is amusing. Alright, let's see. And snap the plot and we're good. Alright, we need to get some power on here. That thing's only taking up one of those 3. So, let's get our power wired up. So as you can see, this produces 3, and it produces less than, you know, the space it takes up to plant crops, simply because it is going to wind up growing and will eventually produce more than your standard kind of 6. So I think we're gonna need some more food for sure. So let's put down some more agricultural. And again, we want to go ahead and do the terraform piece like I've been doing. So that gives us 3 out of 5 people with something to do. So now we're going to start kind of working on things in here. So in addition to the exterior stuff that we've kind of been playing with, we have interior plots as well. So what we want to do, you see it's basically an L bracket, and you want to put it up against the wall. But our power armor frame is getting in the way a bit, I think.
I don't think we've met today. I wanted to personally thank you for giving us this opportunity. So, let me know if you have anything you need me to do.
Let's see if
Did
they
you need
need
anything?
anything.
The water situation's not good. We're short on clean water and people are getting sick.
So we need to fix the water problem. As well as giving everyone jobs. So let's go ahead and... Now there are plots that can technically produce water. The problem is they don't come in until later on in the quest. That guy walking through me kind of shoved me around a little. So what we're trying to do is just line that up a little bit into there. Let's kind of see where the ASAM winds up getting placed. Perfect. So like it's plugged into the wall. I think I need... Let's go ahead and drag this over a bit. We'll see how that goes. Alright, so as you can see over on the left, those bars are indicating how, well that is covered. So our food is covered, our jobs are technically covered. We don't need exactly 5 people to do everything, it looks like. Happiness is in the middle. We have no entertainment yet because we can't build those plots. No defense yet. Now, we can't build defensive plots, but we can still put up regular defenses. Turrets and the like. So we're going to use turrets temporarily until the quest line advances to the point where we can start building some military plots. Water, we're going to have to set up our own water under the normal way. So we're going to need to do this, which means I need to go screw hunting, of course. So what I'm going to do is take some time to go ahead and run around, gather some more resources, and let's see, right now we only have 2 people with housing, so before I do that, let's go ahead and build up our little shanty town here. Does take up a lot of wood to do this, but we can always go ahead and hunt down wood later. And I'll be trying to stick mostly to just Sim Settlement stuff and not override it with things, so that everyone can kind of see. Alright, so in addition, power. I've got this guy wired up to there, so I can connect this pole to there. This one can come over to here. Okay. I'm going to kill off these old street lamps and that fusion flea. We can get another foundation here. I'm trying to leave enough room. And if I want to, I can install some walls behind it. There we go. So we're gonna leave this little entranceway. Let's definitely get rid of this brush here. And that sign. And that brush. Alright, we got some farmers getting work. That's good. Want some of these tires cleaned up for rubble. Now, I think in addition, what I'm going to do... see, that's a problem. That's bleeding from this, which is a little odd. We may just have to pick another thing there. You can add it. Actually, I'll do that just so we can show what it's like. Okay, that should be enough room to fit one of these. That way. Come on. I've got place anywhere, so it is pretty good about letting me stick stuff. We'll see how that comes out. Now, so anytime you kind of unlock stuff, it pops these up and lets you know. So now we've unlocked industrial building class building materials. So that we'll gather our building materials instead of just general junk. So what we're going to do is come over here, activate this sensor. We're going to choose a building plan. So basically it's like a barter window. We'll buy the options we need and then confirm. So let's see what we got. Junk gathering, gravel, and one man's trash. So we're going to use the building materials and see how that looks. So we purchase it. We're going to exit now. It's going to detonate its old thing. So again, we'll see when this pops back up. Oh, just take that fusion core out. I don't want anyone running off with it. So we'll let that reload.
Come on, let's turn this into a settlement to be proud
Looks like
of.
it's still constructing that. We'll see if that winds up being usable. If not, we can always exchange it for another. But if it does, that'll give us those 5. And then we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can do another gathering section. So let's see if we can use an interior. Or do we want to do another farm? We're already doing 10 food, so we're good on food. What we'll try and do... Yeah, it gets raised up because of that pile of trash there, I think is the problem, more than anything. So we'll just use a regular one. There we go.
Dog, shut your chems hole. I'd rather have my shits narrated by that city DJ than hear your warbling through the plant.
We'll let that one get built and see how it appears. So, interesting. I think that would actually do better elsewhere, but let's see.
I don't know how you expect a settlement to run when there's not enough clean drinking water.
I will fix the water problem. Alright, so not really thrilled with this because of the way that is currently sticking through the wall. So what we do is take a look. This is default skin corner palette. So we will change this to let's try, so this is corner pilot, let's use basic bedroom. And this will work. Yeah, it's kind of odd. Actually, I don't think I'm a fan of this one, so let's try something else. Let's try one man's trash. Oop. Let's see, which one's this? So this is... Oop, did the wrong one. Materials shed.
Yeah?
That's going to be a problem. I'm going to have to lower this down a bit, looks like. Yep. Let's do that, and is that locking where? Yeah, that's locking where I want it. Okay. There we go. Much better. Don't know where we found a boat out here, but there you go.
People are having to sleep in shifts. It's making everyone a bit cranky.
Well, I shouldn't anymore because I just finished that, so.
Yeah?
I've been around for a long
Alright, this is better.
seen a lot of things come and
Ah,
go.
crap, that guy's
Feeling right now
generating that
a little
exact
time
one
for
that we
the
had
history books.
before.
If you ain't been up to see Grey Garden, you should go. Whole place is run by robots.
Alright, so when you look at people as well, if they're assigned to a job, it'll tell you, at least if you look at them
Yes?
long enough. There, see, farmer. So, alright, this is that one that was originally there, so that's why I should have looked at it before. So let's do just regular junk gathering.
Look at this place all higgledy-diggledy and held together with duct tape. Still, guess everything starts somewhere.
Damn straight everything's held together with duct tape. It's all I have so far.
You men is sleeping rough. Let's get down to some more places to sleep, shall we?
Alright, now also in this mode you can see no one's assigned to this yet, which is a little annoying. Let's see, I think that guy, nope, he's assigned to food. Paul's assigned to something, it likes to think. Probably one of these. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which means someone does not have a job right now. Oh, okay. I think someone might be assigned to this cooking station, which for now we're going to get rid of. I have an improved cooking station add-on that you can assign people and they'll actually gain happiness and all this other stuff, but which also means it will screw up the assignments. So she's gathering, she's farming, he's farming. So I got my 2 farmers. Let's see, let's assign him directly. And let's see. Now all of these symbols apparently mean something, and I'm not quite sure yet. Oh, that's right. The color is the color type of build. Red is almost a poor choice for what these are, but that just means they're residential. Just like yellow over here means it's industrial. So in the bottom you see, does it need anyone? It's got someone assigned. Yeah, I really wish they hadn't done red for that. It makes you go, what's wrong? So this is farm, level 1, and does have someone assigned. So everyone now should have a job assigned. So we're gonna pause while I go hunt up materials and get enough screws and whatnot to get some water flowing here. Alright, so we've made a couple improvements. Starting to add the path here that'll allow us to get up to the roof. And got the water running. Starting to look at getting a fence put up. I've also thrown out turrets randomly for now, just to get the defense up. And we've had some new people show up at our settlement.
Hi.
Hey. Are you the one who put out the radio message? Is this your settlement? It's very nice. We had to leave our home. Everyone was getting sick. So, if you're looking for people and it's no trouble, well, we'd like to live here.
What was that about people getting sick?
Don't worry, none of us are sick. That's why we left, so we wouldn't catch it. I don't know what caused the illness. Maybe bad water? Now we just want somewhere new to live. Maybe here, if you'll have us?
Sure, I guess.
Oh, thank you! Don't worry, we're willing to work. Just let us know where you want us.
Alright, so new settlers. So obviously now we're going to start having a bed problem. So what we're going to do is start kind of building a little shanty town up top. So rather than relying on just the Sim Settlements constructions, we're going to go ahead and we can do some prefab stuff up here. And actually, we're not going to do the prefabs. Now that I think about it, it's just as easy for us to throw this out. Alright. Let's get some walls up. And so what we're basically trying to do is create little spots here where we can take the internal basically line it up perfectly like that. So these kind of take up about 1.5. So that'll put us at 7. Let's go ahead and put this kind of those are building. And running out of wood again. Fortunately, we have a lot of trees. We'll thin those out. Running low on steel as well. So, let's see, kind of like having that truck there. Get rid of these. Any more of these street lamps? Ooh, these can go. Get us a bit more steel that way. More of my randomly placed turrets. And see, we've got 8 people, and these are all gonna soak up water, so it looks like we're already running out of water. So we're gonna want another generator. And let's see, yep, we can make another one of these. Does not want to place, come on. There we go. And that should fix our water problem. And that's looking good from a building perspective. And what we also want to do is add... No, first let's do... upper floors.
Hey! There, fucking move!
I love how there's wood just outside of my area that I could take to. And we need some more steel, so let's go ahead and take the rest of this. got our little ramshackle building up here. Throw up some more walls. And we're going to start running out of more steel, so this may wind up being it for now. But yeah, so our objective is to have a couple more residential plots. One there, let's say. And actually putting these up without the walls actually makes it clip a lot easier, it seems. There we go. So that should give everyone enough. We'll complete construction of that once we have some more materials. And looks like we need some more jobs though. 14 food. Honestly, that should be enough food because eventually, once the food consumption levels out, we're gonna need to, it'll probably be too much. So I've got that one there. Let's go ahead and build a little shack actually. Although we really can't. So yeah, we'll just have to throw this one down for now. We're gonna give this one a power link there. There. That should give jobs for everyone. So something they've added is multi-person homes. That'll be interesting to research.
This real prissy Brahmin Baron wants. Never met a man who took so much.
So have to finish that. Wait for them to finish constructing.
Out here, we got to take things one day at a time.
Oh, they're building. Let's go ahead and play with.
Just looking to trade a little.
Go ahead.
Alright, let's steal anything decent off of him. Yeah, so that one can't be overlaid, but that's fine.
Yes.
We need some proper Red Rocket employees. No,
I'd like to trade some items.
Sure thing.
all the scavengers need to be in Red Rocket paraphernalia.
stuff's been growing pretty good lately. Hey, stop that, please. It can't be good for the sensor.
But it won't
And
work
it's kicking
right.
off the next
That's
part of the
no
quest
reason to go
immediately.
beating the living daylights out of it.
Well, how do I make it do what I want?
I
Oof.
wish I could tell you, but I really don't know.
Then you
Might be a
don't
little
know
too
that
deep in the
keeping it
wall.
won't work.
She is obviously working the inside.
Hey,
But it won't work
thank
right.
goodness you're here. Maybe you can talk some sense into the young lady.
I could have a chat with her.
It's this sensor thing. I want to build a store, you know? Somewhere I could sell stuff. But it won't work.
A store? I don't think the sensors can build those. Can they?
Maybe.
You know who would know? That ASAM fella. Maybe you should go find him. Ask him what else these sensor flibbity-gibbets can do.
I'll go see him immediately.
Oh, well, that's great. In the meantime, I'll get the new arrivals settled. And hopefully prevent more property damage.
Good luck.
Alright, so that's basically the first part done. We've got our settlement proceeding, water and food, and the basics. So again, if we pull up our little thing, we can see food is max, water is max, defense is max, power is max, residential is max, and jobs are max. So everyone is happy and prosperous right now. So next time we will go ahead and continue with the next part of the Season 1 quest. I will probably also have a few more improvements done, finish up that upper building, see if I can maybe get this interior industrial plot thing to work. But I may just wind up replacing it with something else. I also need to get some power in there. But yes, so the beginning of our little Red Rocket settlement with Sim Settlements 2. Stay tuned for next time.